What if a full Japanese garden could live on your wall? Life-size, 3D, and alive, with water and villages. Today we're touring life-size 3D Japanese garden dioramas. They are usually a wall-mounted Zen landscape, built with floating ledges, forced perspective, and sometimes a shōu-sugi-ban shadowbox that makes the scene leap into your space. Now, some of these are created on platforms and not on a wall to give it a different perspective. You will see that the compositions are made with niwaki-pruned pines, fiery maples, mossy stones, and micro-villages, such as tiny tea houses, pagoda roofs, lanterns, all that reveal new details every time you take a peek at the video. You'll see how the artists layered lightweight substrates for depth, hide a quiet recirculating water feature, and create lighting so the garden changes from morning glow to evening calm. So, let's talk about the ingredients, what these are made of and where to get it. In other words, the pieces you can actually find locally, plus a few smart online picks. For plants and green textures, look for niwaki-friendly evergreens, juniper, dwarf pine, boxwood, dwarf Japanese maples, ferns, mondo grass, and sheet moss. Grab these at local garden nurseries or bonsai shops. Ask for compact cultivars and slow growers. You can also pick them up at arts and crafts stores or hobby shops online if you prefer less maintenance and to keep your artwork synthetic at first. For the stones and substrates, use items such as river stones, pea gravel, and slate chips from landscape yards or home centers will work. For the layered look, we use lightweight foam board, cork sheets, or expanded PVC from arts and craft stores. We then seal and paint the rock textures so you have the realistic effects without the heavy weight. The water features you see in some of these dioramas have tiny recirculating pumps, clear vinyl tubing, and a small hidden basin from aquarium shops and home centers. Also, there is clear ledging used that looks to be invisible to the eye, so the water does not fall out of the artwork. It looks like a magic trick is being performed. The miniature architecture features you see such as the tea houses, some of the Torii gates, stone lanterns, bridges, and pagoda rooftops come from model railroad stores, dollhouse aisles, craft stores, or even Etsy and Amazon online. Look for 120 to 150 scale, so your micro-village reads correctly against the plants, or just remember to make sure everything is to scale with each corresponding part. As for the foundation, or should we say the frame and structure, you will want to use cedar or cypress, which can be found in lumber yards or home improvement stores. Those two tend to hold up the best in poor weather over time. We mount everything on a rigid backer, plywood or aluminum composite, and add 3-inch standoffs for that floating gap. Also, stainless screws and anchors to hold everything in place are also at the hardware stores or home improvement centers. Don't forget the hidden LED strips, also can be found online, for an evening glow. The adhesives and finishes used should be exterior-grade construction adhesive, epoxy putty for fake rocks, matte clear sealers, and plant-safe waterproofing. Check aquarium-safe labels. You'll find these at hardware and craft stores. Most important tip though, if you are using synthetic plants, just make sure to spray everything with a waterproof UV sealer so they won't fade and diminish over time. A few pro tips for the beginners out there. Try to keep everything consistent and to scale with each other. Always go lightweight and synthetic wherever possible at first. Save the real stones for the lowest ledges, since they will be the heaviest. Choose low mist pumps and add a clear splash guard to keep walls dry when possible. And finally, choose UV stable materials and stainless steel hardware. Everything here is easy to source. Nurseries for plants, arts and craft stores for substrates and minis, aquarium and model shops for pumps and scale parts, and online for the specialized Japanese details. Put them together and you've got a believable Kyoto vignette that lives on your wall now. Alright, it's time to let the gardens speak. From here on, enjoy a visual tour of the life-size 3D Japanese garden dioramas, each one with its own personality. Watch for the details: niwaki pines and fiery maples, mini tea houses and pagodas, stone lanterns, bridges, moss terraces, and the quiet water features that bring everything to life. Notice how the forced perspective changes as the camera moves, how shōu-sugi-ban frames catch the light, and how each micro-village tells a different story. Remember, if an idea sparks interest, pause and screenshot it if possible and save it for your build. Some of these diorama artworks are really extravagant and exciting to look at, and some are very simple and still in the process of being finished. Now, breathe, settle in, and let these gardens wash over you. Enjoy the tour, and we will see you in our next video.